Hi, welcome to the Yoga Wild YouTube channel. My name is LIZA, my pronouns are she, her, and the title of this class is Hips and Hops, an Energizing Vinyasa Practice. If you're new to our channel, please take a moment and subscribe and know that you are supporting a local business in Tacoma, Washington, and teachers whose purpose is to increase access to yoga and bring people around the values of nature, community, and yoga. In this class, we'll incorporate springy transitions within a hips-focused sequence. We'll start this class in child's pose, so you can go ahead and turn onto your mat into table. Bring your knees wide, angle your big toes towards each other, and then walk forward through your arms, and soften your forearms, your forehead. Bring some ease into your hips, resting over your ankles. Guide your awareness into this space, onto your mat. Connect with your energy, what you're holding today in your body, and what you're holding in your heart. Even the quality of your mind, whether mind feels like open, clear space, or mind feels cluttered, whatever it is, whatever you're feeling, just knowing that there is space for you in your experience. Taking a few rounds of breath to arrive and settle. And from your child's pose, start to feel your finger pads press into the ground, your finger knuckles, the outer edges of your palms, and you'll claw back through those points of contact, coming into cat pose. So pressing down into your hands, set your knees under your hips, round your spine, inhale. Stay as you exhale. Now inhale into cow. Lift your sitting bones, pull forward through your body, slide your arm bones back as you lift your gaze. Exhale, round your spine again through cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, neutral table spine. And then from there, go ahead and see your right knee, lift it so it's about 1 inch, hovering off of your mat. Flex your ankle so the foot is nice and energized. Lift your knee up to the height of your hip. Keep your shoulders square over your wrists here. And as you exhale, you'll drop the knee back to that hover point. Inhale, lift it out to the side, fire hydrant. Ankle flexed. Exhale, lower it under the line of your hip, hovering. Inhale, go a third time into that fire hydrant, and now see about extending through your legs. So you could stay with knee bent or reach really actively through your entire leg, flare your toes, bring your shoulders right over the line of your wrists, and now set your foot down. From there, ground through your left palm, and as you inhale, reach your right arm up. Transfer of energy, pressing down as you lift and reach open. Exhale, release your right hand back. And now inhale, ground through your right hand and take your left arm out to the left and up. Twisting. As you exhale, the left hand will come over towards the right edge of your mat, and then you'll pivot your body. So now you're turned over your right leg in half splits, right? So big transition there. Hands framing your right leg. And you could have your hands here on blocks. From your heel bone, pulling back through your leg. And from your hips to your shoulders, lifting and lengthening. Inhale. Stay as you exhale. Inhale, slide your right foot back, lunge forward, and now pivot your left shin, turn it towards the back end of your mat, kneeling side angle, forearm to thigh, right forearm to thigh, or hand could reach towards ankle. Left arm extends towards the sky, or reaches over ear. Take a full breath in. Lunge a little more deeply into your right leg. Feel your pubic bone rooting downwards. Inhale. Exhale, release your left hand to the top of your mat, and then set your right hand back where it started. Turn your right toes forward. And now see about grounding through your hands as you pick up your right leg. Bring it back to that lifted gate. Hover. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Now draw your right knee to your right elbow and pause. Can you bring contact, knee to elbow or upper arm? Maybe the knee slides up higher as you press the ground away for 3, 2, 1. Now send your right leg long, three-legged table. Pull your heart forward like through cow pose. And exhale, set your knee back under your hip. And sway your hips there side to side. So we'll go right to the second side. I am just turning around on my mat so you have clear view. You all don't need to do that. So now with the left knee, lift it up, hover it under the height of your hip. Right away, flex your ankle. Keep that. And as you inhale, lift the knee up to the height of your hip, shoulders steady. As you exhale, lower it back down. With your breath, 2 more times. Inhale, the knee lifts, and exhale, the knee hovers under the hip. Inhale, lifting, exhale, hover. This time, as you inhale, option to stay with the knee bent or stretch your leg long. Notice if shoulders are shifting, bring them back to square over wrists. And then lower your left foot down. Ground through your right palm. As you inhale, pick up your left arm, reach it up towards the sky. Exhale, left hand touches the ground. Ground through your left palm. And as you inhale, reach your right arm out and up. Twisting. Exhale, right hand comes towards the left edge of your mat. And then the 2 hands frame the left leg. Half splits. From your left heel bone, energetically pull back through your entire left leg. So you're firing muscles, hugging muscles around bone. As you inhale, lift and lengthen your spine, spacious. And as you exhale, stay. Slide your left foot back, lunge forward into your left leg. And then pivot right shin bone. Slide into kneeling side angle, forearm to thigh, or the hand can descend towards the ankle. From there, right arm reaches up over ear or straight towards the sky. Take a full breath in. Lunge a little more deeply into your left leg so you feel your pubic bone aiming towards the ground. Exhale. 1 more breath in to reach. Exhale, the right hand will come back to the top of the mat, and then the left hand, turn your left toes forward and pick up your left heel bone to hip height as an option. Lift it and hold it for 3, 2, 1. Draw left knee to left elbow. Hold there for 3. Press the ground away to lift the knee higher for 2, 1. Then send the leg long behind you. Three-legged table. Pull your heart forward. Exhale, the knee under your hip. And let your hips go side to side. And then from there, tuck your toes, lift your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Ground down and forward through your hands and channel energy up the length of your arms. Feel the upper arm bones rooting into your back as you then firm your thigh muscles, firm them up as you press them back. So there's all this energy in building towards the apex of the pose, the tailbone rising into the sky as we stretch through arms and legs. Take another breath in. Maybe open your mouth here and let out a ha. Walk your hands to your feet. Come into a forward fold at the back end of your mat. And right away there, you can bend your knees, inviting your belly to touch your thighs. Let the crown of your head drop towards the earth. And see if you can release the sense of holding so much in your body. Gently nodding or shaking your head. With your next inhalation, ground into your feet as you extend your spine forward, gazing towards the top end of your mat. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, forward fold. This time, inhale, rise to standing. Move through that expression of half lifted spine. On your way up, arms extend towards the sky. Exhale, join your hands at your heart. And here in this moment, connecting with your intention for practice, what has guided you to this mat. And during these times, and really at all times, intention not just towards the self and towards serving ourselves, but really letting that then reflect what we work to create for each other and for our communities. So connect with your intention and make a promise to yourself that it's about more than yourself. And go ahead and close your eyes, feel its resonance. And release your arms at your sides. And we'll inhale, arms reach outwards and up. Exhale, forward fold. Go ahead and reset your hands. Begin to walk them forward out into downward facing dog, exploring the distance between hands and feet. Now, as you inhale, lift your heels, bring your inner feet together, bend your knees and look forward, and listen really carefully. We're going to spring to the top of the mat, landing to the outsides of our hands. So inhale here. Prepare, and as you exhale, launch your feet forward, land them into a squat. So that's our springy transition, round one. You can also always just step to the outsides of your hands, 1 foot at a time. And then from there, bring your hands together, ground into your feet, and we'll come up, keeping the feet in this position. We'll press down through the feet and rise up, arms into the sky. Exhale, right back down into your squat. Join your hands and squat down. From there, set your hands in front of you, shoulder distanced apart. You'll lean forward as you press down through your palms, and then you'll launch your legs back. Chaturanga or plank. From chaturanga, pull forward through upward facing dog. And from there, exhale, downward facing dog. So really traditional vinyasa, just incorporating these springy motions. And we'll do that a couple more times. Establishing how breath guides us through those shapes. Inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, spring to the outsides of your hands. Squat, palms together. Inhale, press down through your feet as you rise up, reach your arms a little wide. Exhale, rejoin your hands and come back down in your squat. Set your hands under your shoulders, lean forward as you look forward, spring back, chaturanga. Cobra or up dog, inhale. Down dog, exhale. I'm feeling kind of the building energy as we progress through these rounds. How does that feel in your body today? Inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees, look forward. And exhale, land at the outsides of your hands. Come low in your hips, press your palms. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, squat down. Set your hands, lean forward, engage your core to spring back, chaturanga, and carry on through vinyasa. Can you still move with your breath as you progress through this practice? Prepare to spring forward. Inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees, look to where you're going, and then go there. Join your hands. Inhale, stand up. Exhale, squat down. If you have blocks available, you might use them, so have them handy. They also might not be necessary. But from here, we're going to press into our palms. Look at your right foot, and you'll keep it there as you send your left leg back. And there's still this kind of play with leaning forward as we send the left leg back into lizard lunge. From there, go ahead and lower your left knee down. And this is where I like to add blocks under my hands. And so we'll come into lizard with the back knee down. Press against your palms. Pull forward and up through your body. Inhale. Now as you exhale, lengthen out through your right leg as you send your pelvis back. And maybe walk the blocks back with you so hands stay under shoulders. Flex your ankle here, curl your right toes back towards your right leg. Pull from your heel bone back through your entire right leg. Lift and lengthen your spine as you inhale. And you can stay, or you could bow, you could deepen your body's weight, accessing deeper stretch sensation. With your next breath in, you'll go ahead and lunge back forward, hands set under shoulders. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee, and play with scooping up your right foot, flicking it towards the back end of your mat, maintaining contact with your elbow and knee. Press the ground away, really charge up your core. Inhale, three-legged downward facing dog, right leg rises, and we'll keep the knee bent as we turn open our hips. And then as we exhale, we'll step the right foot right back between our hands. Lunge twist. Press down through your left palm. You can have tented fingertips or a block. And send your right arm towards the sky. Widen across your heart space. Lunge a little more deeply into your right leg. Firm up your left thigh. Take another breath in. Exhale, right hand will catch the right ankle or hold a block. Side angle, plant your left foot, and then extend your left arm towards the sky. You can move a little bit your legs here. You don't have to come right into a stuck pose just because I say the name of a pose. So maybe feel into a little bit of movement in your hips as you find side angle legs. Wrap your outer right hip back and in as you lunge into that leg. Option, left arm could stretch over ear, and we'll stay for another full breath in. Exhale, navel draws to spine. From here, inhale, rise up through warrior two, reverse warrior. Right arm reaches. And then exhale, let your right hand fall to the inside of your right foot and then your left. From there, rebound your energy into Skandasana towards your left leg. So it's a half squat into your left leg. Hands can stay on the ground. Your right foot can be toes up like mine is, or you could also have that foot planted, hips a little more elevated. A lot of variations in this pose. Feel your sitting bones anchoring down and pressing back. Take one more breath in here. Now as you exhale, pull from your right heel bone, your hips into that pose towards the opposite end. Skandasana into your right hip. Hands set. Maybe feeling the strength of your legs hold you here, or relying a bit more on the structure of your arms for support. Wherever you are, take a breath in. And as you exhale, you'll turn into your runner's lunge. Hands frame your right foot on either side, and then step back, move through Vinyasa, or use this space to check back in with your breath in stillness. And note that child's pose is always welcome, so you could use this Vinyasa moment to really surrender to child's pose. With your next inhalation, lift your heels, bend your knees and look forward, and spring to the outsides of your hands. Join your hands at heart. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, back down in your squat. Hands under your shoulders. Lean forward into your hands as you send your right leg back, lizard lunge. Hands can stay under shoulders. As the back knee comes down, you could grab blocks. And we'll inhale, feel your pelvis pulling forward, your heart space lifting up through almost a cow spine expression. And as you exhale, hook your pelvis back, lengthen through your left leg, flexing the ankle, feeling the toes curl back and the muscles throughout your leg strong. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, you might physically deepen, letting your body soften down, feeling more weight pour over the stretch here in your left leg. Inhale, come back forward in your lunge. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee, and we'll flick the left toes back. See if you can maintain contact between left elbow and upper arm. And then inhale, three-legged downward facing dog. As you send your tailbone high, stack open your hips, keeping the knee bent. Press down through your hands. Exhale, back into your lunge. Draw that left foot all the way forward. Twist. Right fingertips stay as the left arm reaches. Spread your collarbones wide. Firm your right thigh muscle a lot. Take a full breath in. Exhale, left hand catches left ankle or finds a block. Side angle, plant your right foot down and send your right arm towards the sky. And again, finding here some movement in the hips. And then settling in, wrapping the outer left hip back and in. So you'll feel the right hip bone turning slightly forward, your pelvis at an angle towards the top of your mat. Right arm could reach over ear. Inhale. Exhale, come up. Ground down through your feet as you come up. Reverse warrior. Left palm turns open. Lift through your body. Exhale. Cycle both hands to the inside of your left foot. And now rebound your energy, your weight back into your right leg Skandasana. So it's a half squat into your right leg with a long, really strong left leg. Hands grounded. Inhale. Exhale, pull against your heel bone as you guide your body into that shape towards the opposite end of your mat. And you feel the inner thighs really strong in pulling towards center. Inhale here. Exhale, turn to your runner's lunge, hands framing your left foot, and then step back and move through Vinyasa, or stay in down dog, or rest in child's pose. From downward facing dog, inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees and look forward. Exhale, spring to the outsides of your hands. Inhale, rise up, arms into the sky. Exhale, rejoin your hands as you come back into your squat. And to that skeleton of poses, adding on what I call elements of flair, or like the yoga party tricks, if you will. Press your hands under your shoulders, lean slightly forward, send your left leg back, lizard lunge. This time, keep your left knee lifted, press down through your palms, hug your inner thighs to midline, and then flick your right toes back. Lift your knee higher than your elbow, bend both arms so your inner thigh slides right on top of your elbow. Lean forward, maybe float, maybe extend the right leg, flying splits. Exhale, left toes land, and the right leg rises. Three-legged downward facing dog, stack open your hips. Stay or wild thing, the right foot lands to the outside of your mat. Press through the sole of your left foot and lift your body up. Pelvis, belly, ribs. Reach forward through your arm, inhale. Exhale, slow, like you're in a bowl of honey. Come back to three-legged downward facing dog. Press through your right palm as you re-extend your right leg long. Exhale, knee to nose, lunge twist. Ground through your left hand, reach your right arm up. Exhale, half moon. Right hand will reach forward and stay wider than your foot. A block is really handy for this pose. And as you tiptoe or launch forward to standing your right leg, left hand can come to left hip. Work to find the pose in your legs. When that is relatively stable, option, send your left arm towards the sky. Take a full breath in. Bring about an inch of bend into your right knee. Maintain core strong as you lower warrior two in your feet, in your legs. Shoulders come over hips, turn open your palm. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, both hands to the inside of your right foot. Rebound to Skandasana into your left hip. Here, you can stay, just mellow out in this pose, or work into a bind. So the left arm reaches to the left, internally rotating the upper arm, bending the elbow so the hand catches behind the thigh, and then the right arm wanders around, interlacing fingers. Now, can you lift your heart, press your sitting bones back, broaden collarbones. Gaze towards the top end of your mat, inhale. Exhale, release the bind and go back to the top of your mat. And we won't take the bind on this side quite yet. Just come into this shape, Skandasana. Next inhalation, we'll turn into our runner's lunge and we'll step back. And you can move through Vinyasa or just feel the effects of those shapes in your body in this pose. Grounding, resettling. Next inhalation, lift your heels, bend your knees, look forward. Step or hop wider than your hands in your squat. Palms together, inhale, come up. Exhale, squat down. Place your hands on the ground, lean forward, and then step the right leg to lizard. Hands under shoulders, stay with the right leg lifted, the inner thighs contracting to the midline, feeling core stabilize. As you flick your left toes back, keep the knee higher than your elbow, bend your arms like chaturanga, elbow is under the inner thigh, and then you can lean more forward, float, maybe extend, and then the back toes land, three-legged downward facing dog, press the ground away. Lift and open your hips with your knee bent. From there, you can stay or a wild thing. Let your right foot land off your mat. Press down through the sole of your left foot. Feel the muscles of your back body fire to support this opening through the front of your body. Inhale. Exhale, slow. Back to three-legged downward facing dog. Re-extend your left leg. Exhale, knee to the top of your mat. Runner's lunge with a twist. Press through your right fingertips. Send your left arm towards the sky. Inhale. Exhale, half moon. Look to where you're setting your hand. And as you plant your hand there, press through your left foot. And so much of this pose is courage to go into the pose, to feel yourself in the process of creating stability in what doesn't always feel stable, creating clarity in what isn't always clear. Inhale. Bring 1 inch of bend into your left knee and lower slowly, warrior 2. Turn open your left palm. Inhale, reverse without losing the edge of lunge. Exhale, the hands to the inside, and then the rebound of energy, Skandasana. Take it to the back end of your mat. Option to bind. Right arm will reach wide. And you'll internally rotate the shoulder. Bend your elbow so your fingers come around the back of your hip. Left arm sweeps around. Fingers clasp. If your fingers don't clasp, you might just hold on to your clothing here. And then you can still spread your collarbones. You can still feel the quality of bind. Inhale. Release the bind and go into that pose, opposite side, opposite hip. Full breath in. Transition to runner's lunge. Hands frame your left foot. Step your left foot to down dog. Move through Vinyasa or skip Vinyasa. And take a deep breath in wherever you are. Open your mouth, exhale. Inhale, lift your heels. Bend your knees, look forward. Step or hop to the outsides of your hands. And this time, rather than staying in your squat, keep your feet wide but turn them parallel. And then bring your hands to catch behind your Achilles tendons and see about walking your shoulders under your thighs. So kind of wiggling your arms in and under your knees. Then move your elbows wide and start to lift your sitting bones up. Ghost pose. Release the crown of your head down. This is kind of a combination of a squat and a forward fold. Take a few breaths. One more breath in if you're still in the pose. And then exhale, soften your knees. Bring your hands forward. Turn your heels in. And then bring your arms behind you to support you in taking a seat. And from there, go ahead and widen your legs in a straddle. So some of us in straddle, it's more of a V shape. And others of us have more of a wide angle V. So whatever it is, whatever feels accessible to you, you can bring your hands around your flesh, around the sitting bones, pull up and back to let your sitting bones ground down. Firm your thighs down, keep your ankles flexed, your toes continuously curling back, and we'll laterally stretch. So the right arm will come to the inside of the right thigh, and the left arm will reach up and over towards the right. And the goal here is to maintain a quality of open around the heart space as we find a side body stretch, maintaining the thigh muscles firming down, and the breath a focus. Take one more breath in. Exhale, come up. Second side. Nothing really fancy here, just leaning the other way. Bring your left arm to rest inside your left leg, palm turned open. And bring your left arm to reach up and over. And the arms, it's almost as if they're holding a big beach ball. And for those of us that are more flexible, you might be able to maintain this quality of open as you reach and touch your foot. Wherever you are, can you still feel that broadening of collarbones, the shoulder blades, spacious, and the thigh muscles rooted. Breathing. One more breath in. Exhale to come up. From there, just going ahead and finding a forward fold. So after accessing the side body stretch, oftentimes there's a bit more permission or give in the body to come into a forward fold. And as I say that, there's also the possibility that this is our depth, like just staying pretty upright and just a slight lean forward. And each of us will just journey to whatever depth is in this pose. So however far your hands will walk forward as your side bodies stay long, and then eventually possibly letting the elbows come to the ground, or even letting the arms extend and the forehead come down. Just taking about 5 rounds of breath here. Feeling the energetic buildup of this practice land in this moment. Connecting with the nature of the breath, which is to restore, calm, go ahead and start to press against your hands. Walk your hands back in towards your pelvis. Lift your shoulders over your hips. Bring your hands under your thighs. Fold your legs in towards you. And we'll lower to our backs. And as you come onto your back, set up for 1 round of bridge pose. Arms long alongside your body, palms facing down, feet on the floor in front of our sitting bones, inner thighs engaged towards each other, firming. And as you inhale, press down through your feet, lift your pelvis up, and maintain your inner thighs still hugging towards each other. Walk your shoulder blades in towards your spine. You could interlace your fingers there. And as you hold bridge pose, continuously press down through your feet and upper arms, feeling your pelvis lift up. A few rounds of breath. Release your fingers if they're interlaced. Lift your heels, and you'll pull your tailbone forward as you come out of bridge pose. This quality of lengthening your spine on its way down. And from there, right away, just extending either leg and letting our arms stay alongside us. Turn the palms open, gesture of receiving. And then you can close your eyes. And the invitation here is to let go of the active holding of poses. Feel the work that's been done, the residue of all that effort, and rest into a counterpoint of ease. You're welcome to stay and be in Shavasana for a few more minutes on your own. Coming out at any time. You're very welcome to stay and rest as long as feels nourishing to you after that practice. And just go ahead and pause the video and give yourself that space. Thanks for joining me for practice. Please share that with your friends that may be in need of a Vinyasa energy break. If you are curious to learn a little bit more or focus more into that arm balance that we jumped into midway through that flying splits arm balance, you can go ahead and check out my other video on our YouTube channel called 3 Entries into Eka Pada Koundinyasana 2, or Flying Splits, and focus a bit more into that pose.